Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me for the June Oh So Inspired collaboration. This month we were inspired by, I want to say Shari or Sherry Moss with this beautiful rainbow thank you card. And to check out all of the participants in this collaboration, you can go ahead and click on the hashtag in the title. It is OSIC June 2023. And then you can also go ahead and post your own projects and use the hashtag I was oh so inspired. So today I'm going to do a rainbow card, of course, and what better way to do a rainbow than on a butterfly. And I haven't gotten these dies out for quite some time, and so I thought I'd go ahead and pull them out. So this is a Heartfelt Creations die called a large floral butterfly. This also has a coordinating stamp set, and if you didn't know, Heartfelt Creations, they've been around for quite some time, but at the end of the year they will be no longer. The owner is retiring, and they have decided not to continue on, so kind of sad, but they have some really beautiful products. And so what I've gone ahead and done is grabbed a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock and cut out that butterfly, and then I did some dry embossing with the detailed portion, and then I will add my rainbow of colors. And so I am using some Distress Oxides today, and the first color I'm going to use is Picked Raspberry, which is one of my favorites. And so I'm just going to start in the middle. I'm keeping it really easy and just overthinking it too much, just adding those different colors. The orange I'm using is the Carved Pumpkin. And then the next color is going to be Squeezed Lemonade. And I do eventually run out of room for all of my colors. But I just add the others to kind of the corners of the butterfly. And then I also used the Twisted Citron, but you can't really see that color. It blended into the yellow a little bit too much. And then Salty Ocean for the blue, and then Wilted Violet. And I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And I have got a piece of Accent Opaque white cardstock in a 5.5 by 5.5. That butterfly is fairly big, so it does not fit on a 4.25 by 5.5. And so this piece of cardstock is 5.5 by 5.5. Go ahead and tape that down. The stencil is from Visible Image. I don't have the name right off the top of my head, but if I can find it, I will go ahead and leave it in the description below. And I thought I'd grab my pastes because some of them are drying out. And so these are the Creative Expressions Gilding paste, and this one I'm using right here is called Mint, and it's about done, but I managed to scrape a little bit out of there, and I'm just pushing really hard to get that to go through the stencil. But I've actually had these pastes probably over a year, so I'm pretty happy that they lasted that long, but it's one reason why I will not buy all the things when it comes to pastes and things like that, because they do tend to dry out, and I am in a very dry, hot climate, and that does not help at all. So the next color I used was Blossom, and then this purple is Heather, and then the last color I'm going to use is called Bright Sunshine. I'll go ahead and remove that stencil and get it cleaned up, and then I will set this piece aside to dry. And I waited a couple of hours to let this dry, but it really depends. Drying time really depends on your climate and how thick that paste is on there. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, and then once it is dry, I'm going to add it to a piece of black cardstock. And the black cardstock I have cut to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. These, when I mail them, they are in a 6 by 6 envelope, so the card can't actually be the full 6 by 6 size, or they will not fit in the envelope. So that's why I make the finished size about 5 3/4. And so I went ahead and adhered that piece to the black cardstock and added some foam to the back of the butterfly to pop that up. And then for the sentiment, this is a Pink Fresh Studio sentiment. I have added heat embossed with white embossing powder on black cardstock, and have used some 1/8 inch foam strips, which fit perfectly behind these kind of small words, and popped that up. And then for sequins, I would just go ahead and throw them on, and then some of them I adhere and some of them I don't, just depending on how they end up falling. And this has been the easiest way for me to kind of not overthink adding sequins. And so I just sprinkle those on, and I'll adhere those with a little bit of glue, and that's going to finish my card off for today. I haven't done a rainbow in a while, or a butterfly, and so this was a really fun card, and I hope you like how it turned out. So don't forget to go ahead and follow the hashtag to see everybody on the hop. If you go to Crafty Owl's YouTube channel, who is the host of this collaboration, you can find a listing of all of the actual channels directly. So I hope to see you around. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.